All right, next question. James saying, do you want to conserve Enlightenment values, but progressives want to move beyond them and get more woke?
No, this is
exactly. Yeah,
I
thank
see
you.
I see your trick, James, but Enlightenment values are by their very nature self-correcting.
An anti-woke.
Yeah, so Enlightenment values are by them, like the way, I mean, okay, so my definition, the way I look at Enlightenment values, which might not be the best thing, is that it's not set in stone. It has this, it has freedom of expression, freedom from criticism. It has a scientific model built with, like, a part of those values, and these are values that are, you know, collect the data, look at the results, and change accordingly. So it is, by its very nature, Enlightenment values are not conservative, right? Because they are constantly updating themselves, right? So it's like a software that keeps updating to a better model. So,
right.
But yeah, nice try.
So here's our super chat. Thank you, James. Wouldn't freedom of speech be an Enlightenment value that doesn't need any updating and that you more want to conserve as it is now or a few years ago than progress and change on?
That doesn't need any updating. Yes, okay, here's the thing. It might not need any updating, but it doesn't need updating because we can see based on data that it works. If at any point I get data that it doesn't work, I'm not religiously subscribing to certain values just because I love those values, right? It's based on the consequences of adopting those values, it's not based on principle. Okay, so if anybody could prove that freedom of speech is not a good value to hold on to, I'm not going to say like, oh, we should hold on to freedom of speech for the sake of holding on to freedom of speech. No. Okay, so that's the difference between conservatism and, I think, being a progressive. I'm willing to even progress out of freedom of speech if you can. You're not going to be able to, but if you can prove to me that that's not a good value to hold on to.
Yeah, there's a, and this is an example. I mean, there are those things have happened. Like you can have free speech and still have consequences for libel, right? Because that can potentially sink someone's economic, like their business, if you lie about them and to take away all their customers. It can be a problem if the whole example of shouting fire in a crowded theater, and that's also debatable. There's many aspects to it. There's regulation of speech that is not necessarily restricting freedom of speech, but saying, okay, you can't have nudity on public TV until after 10:30 p.m. You can't have swearing on public TV when kids are watching, things like that. So, it does evolve. There is an aspect of it that does evolve as well. So, those are things you have to think about as time moves on, as Armin is saying, or the spread of conspiracy theories, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Basically my answer is that I'm willing to progress out of every single values on the Enlightenment value list, even if somebody proves to me that they don't work.
Hey guys, if you want to join these streams live, get your comments and questions read by Ali and Armin and the guests, and most importantly, to get full access to the full video versions of all these episodes, become a patron. Link in the description below.